Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. We're on some TCM today. We're going to be doing a Johnny guide. So we're going to literally just be talking about the abilities, perks, and what you should be running on this killer. In my opinion, the best build I've been running so far. I'm going to show you the skill tree and a couple of tips on where and what you should be doing on each map. You can win as much as possible playing this killer. Now, the first perks I did start using were not these. It was Feral, Endurance, and then this one as well. But I got Feral later, which placed this with Feral, and I was able to have some pretty solid games with this attribute to the T exactly. Invested into Savagery fully and Endurance to as much as I obviously could. But then I figured out that I could get a bit more perks here into Savagery, and I just went full-blown melee. And I feel like it's much better than what I had previous. So let's run through these perks real quick. So we've got Activated, Big Swings, and Serrated. Activated gives you a 20% extra damage bonus for 40 seconds after being stunned, which is really good in the meta currently that's being played with Victim, where people are very aggressive, stabbing you, knocking you down. It gives you a whole 20% on top of the savagery that you already have, which is solid. Then you've got Big Swings, which boosts your damage by 15%, which is going to be permanent, but you will also have a permanent reduction in stamina consumption, or just stamina in general, rather, I should say. Every time you swing, it's going to be much more punishing, so you need to swing at appropriate times. You can't just swing like you would without this perk, which means that you have to be aware of how to catch the survivor mid-chase and how much their like stamina is close to already now, or if they're gonna get to anywhere in particular where you'll have to choose not to swing so that you can keep up with them. I've had situations where I wasn't able to keep up as I was still learning the build and was swinging a bit too much and losing the survivor, or just not being able to catch up and then them getting away. Now we've got Serrated, which will allow us to damage the survivor per tick after we've already hit them. So every second they will lose 1 HP, and each level it will be a longer amount of time, which will increase basically the amount of damage they lose over time, which will be 5 damage or 5 HP. There'll be 1 HP per second, which can literally be the make or break between you downing them or you being or them, you know, getting away. So obviously getting this leveled as quick as possible, as well as Big Swings, is essential. Activated is, you know, it's nice, but if you've got the like not as aggro players, the ones that will stealth, this perk will pretty much see nearly no play, which you can obviously switch this out for something different, like an endurance perk or whatever, or another savagery perk that you have, which I wasn't able to get. But this will do real good value, or show real good value, I should say, when you are playing against those really meta sweaty victims, which is fine, of course. And then we're gonna be running Suffocating Grip, which is gonna make our close encounter minigame a little bit easier by 20%. I do notice it, but sometimes depending on how much they've got into strength, you know, it's not going to be as noticeable, and it might even feel like this is not that worth it. But of course, as you can see, I've not really got much options, so I take it. I take the 20%. And attribute wise, obviously, as you can see, 50 fully gone into savagery, and fully in as much as I can into endurance, just so that we can guarantee ourselves as much stamina as possible when we are swinging or running. Nothing into blood harvesting. I do not think that Johnny is a blood harvesting type killer. He really does not play well when running around buckets and picking blood. That should be Cook's or Sissy's job. You as Johnny should be playing full aggro with trying to get people killed with Bubba, potentially even Hitchhiker if he's in the game. But even Hitchhiker shouldn't really be doing that. But anyways, with Bubba and Johnny, this should be all you're doing, just full aggro, which is why I've gone into this full savagery build. I will showcase the skill tree now to show you guys if you are interested in getting this build. This is the way I went: right and left, up, and left. You can also go up and right as you've got a random perk, but you will lose out on getting this Suffocating Grip and getting reduce the family members proximity warning range, which is basically the terror radius. Is nice. Reduction in terror radius is good, but it's personally being able to win those close encounters a little bit better than sneaking up on them, especially as Johnny, where they will 100% see you, as it's not like when you're Hitchhiker and you can crawl through holes, or like Sissy, you can crawl through the little, you know, crawl holes or the holes in the wall, and you can catch them off guard. You won't really be catching most survivors off guard, at least the good ones with this perk. So I'm kind of wanting to go on the suffocating grip side, but obviously do as you will. I do feel like this is the best option. And then let's have a look at our main ability here. So this is the route I took. I feel being able to track or have quicker recharge rather is not the best. Trail range is and then clue range, it'll mean that you'll be finding footprints of people who have not been there for ages, and you don't want to waste time doing that. You want to find footprints right next to you as you're walking past, and being able to decrease the tracking cost so you always have your ability up is so much better, I feel, than having no like basically no time to use your ability and having to basically know someone's there. And at that point, what is the point of using your ability to find someone? And clue faster analysis is, well, yeah, it's not that great. Footprint freshness, obviously the only option, I feel, and the only option you will get if you do go decrease tracking cost twice, unless you want to go for, you know, analysis of clues. But footprint freshness is so much better because you can actually coordinate a play with your team. You can follow the footprints and know as soon as they get purple, you know you're very close to them, so you can coordinate and try and find where the survivor is and coordinate with your team. Okay, there's a guy over in this bush, I know he's there, he doesn't know I know he's there. You approach this side, you approach that side, and we'll get them both, and there's nothing they'll be able to do unless they've got a way to get out, but if either wailing or going through a hole in the wall, or, you know, or someone by chance missing and not being able to get through it. But this is the way I went. I think this is the best way you can go, obviously up to an interpretation, but I do feel like this is the better option. Being able to run around in your power more so than being able to have a quicker recharge or being able to see footprints from farther away is much better suited kind of play style for Johnny than just being able to play him like Cook, where you just try to find people as much as possible, as nobody really knows if you found someone. There is no like notification, you don't even get an aura read. When you do get to the end of the trail, you just see them. Like, you physically see them, and that is it. There's no, like, you know, the ability doesn't even turn off, so you can also keep tracking footprints whilst you're chasing someone. Anyways, let's get into some games and showcase some of this build in action. We're gonna have a look at each map and what else we're going to be doing on those maps in particular, so don't worry, we'll go over all that in a second. So on Family House, usually, oh well, all the time, Johnny is going to spawn in that location, and you have the quickest access to the battery, so you want to run as quick as possible and get this up, because you don't want to basically, you know, waste any time, so that someone can just speed run the upstairs and get the fuse box powered. So get this on. Obviously, you got to be careful. Your teammates can be inside the building already, so it may actually, you know, not be necessary to turn it on as quick as possible. You can obviously look for blood and whatever, like I just did. But sometimes you just need to get that on and get your ass in, because, you know, this will happen, and they might speedrun the fuse box. But by the looks of things, it's not the door they open, it's that they did the bone scrap really quickly. That's why that grandpa got woken up. Now we're gonna have a quick look. No, they did open the door. We hit her there once, that's fine. Goes. We use our ability. So she ran back downstairs by the looks of it. You didn't do. You didn't go for the door, which is a smart play. She might go for a window play now, though. We're gonna cut her off. We're gonna go for well, so we're gonna go pull her down. We're gonna lock this behind us, because even though we may catch her really quickly, we don't want anybody else to get out easy. So, I'm gonna risk it. Nice. Get far. And there we go. She's dead already. Nice. And we've got melee damage increased as well, and our perk for close encounter.
Go ahead and hide.
We activate our ability and have a look if there's anybody else going through the stairwell. Quickly feed Grandpa as well. But with Johnny, we want to try and keep the middle floor of family house. Usually we don't get such a nice scenario where we can go basement, but because our team is actually able to hold their own, we're able to kind of evolve our play style a bit, which is nice. And allowing Johnny to be able to do that is very, like, creates a lot of pressure for the survivors. Nice. So we've got a stamina perk as well from one of our teammates, which is good. We want to try and control middle slash battery side. We're gonna run out the window. Yeah. Fine. Gonna follow them out. They disconnected. And they're dead already. I'm gonna constantly look for those footsteps. What you want to always do, this is why I like decreased tracking cost, because we can just run around with our power active to recharge. They are. There she goes. Oh, quickly able to kill her. All about stamina management. We waited an extra second there because we knew she was gonna go for the doll, so we were able to kill her through that animation that she was gonna try and do. And knowing that we do a lot more damage, we knew she was gonna die. Very, very solid. Nice. Okay, not my favorite map, but is what it is. Okay, instant wake up on Grandpa. I guess they want to quickly get the hell out. So we need to get our asses over to Battery because we've got to cook and nobody else is over there. And we're going to be able to get over there as quick as possible. Look at that. Already running. Don't even care about Grandpa. So we're going to let Cook take all the blood over here. We usually want to try and stick on the Battery side and let Cook take control of this side. Obviously, if we get somebody dead earlier, we're able to kind of control that, you know, area at a wider range, so we won't have to stay over by Battery. But
well, don't run. I just want to see how it feels.
So someone was below us there. Watch the valve as well, because this seems to be like a nice escape as well on this map.
Go ahead and hide.
Now we'll try and use our power so we can see if we can find anybody. Oh, look at that.
If you die right quick, trust me.
Look at that. How that 20% helps us. Would have got a nice little peek up there. But that's fine. Bubba was nearby, so he was able to get him. Ooh, we've got a footprint here. Ooh, hello. Did a bit of extra damage to him as well. Fortunate. If only I knew he would do such a play. Just to heal in the middle after I've slammed the door in his face as well. Maybe get away with something. Well, that was interesting. That was very interesting.
Now, where did you go?
I thought there was a door there. There he goes. All that damage we're doing to him. Even though he healed, he still couldn't heal enough because I think he got the smaller heal bottle. And if he did get the full one, well, that just basically shows 3 hits, he's gone. Nice, we got that close encounter perk now. Oops, she's all the way upstairs. All right, we're getting out of here.
Wait a minute.
I think she's by that gate over there. This way. Right. Ah, she dropped down. Well played by her. We're gonna go feed Grandpa though.
It always tastes best when it's fresh, don't it?
Look how quick the power recharges, even though we don't have recharge. So she dropped around this side. Let's see if she's still around this area or if she's... Gonna have to our endurance here. There we go, she's dead. This build, man, I love it. I love this build. It's so good.
You shoulda never came. Yeah! You're gonna be leaking after that hit.
Very, very solid. What a build this is, right, guys? Absolutely vile. Absolutely amazing. So much damage in such little time, and being able to literally just shut survivors down on the spot as soon as you see them. Obviously, with a little stamina management, you'll be able to do this yourself. And it's so amazing to see this build in action. Every time when I use this build as Johnny, even after playing for so long with this build, I'm still in awe of freeing survivors. It's crazy. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the build and if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to try this build out. It's insane. I shall see you in the next one, guys. Appreciate you.